Hi there, I'm John and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm John from Nigeria. On this channel, I review books. I do the occasional singular book reviews, book tags, book hauls, everything bookish. You can find it here. Once again, I am recording in the middle of the night, dead in the middle of the night. It's almost 3 a.m., maybe 3 a.m. I have not had the chance to record this video for over a week now. I know I said I was not going to do a disappearing act, but it's been 48 days. I've been traveling a lot, not so much, but kind of a lot, and so it has not left me in a single space to be able to film. But it's almost August, so I'm very late, but this is the mid-year freak out tag. There's really nothing to freak out about because I've had maybe the worst reading year of my life. I'm currently trying to resuscitate it in this second half of the year, and I don't know how it's going, but yeah, I don't want to waste any time. This is my maybe fourth one. I realized I did not do this last year, and I don't like skipping a year, but it's fine. I'm back with it, even though I don't have concrete answers. Just to give you guys a video and maybe recap my reading year, what I've read, what I've enjoyed so far, the usual etc etc. So let's get into it. So the first question is the best book you have read so far this year. And looking through my list, I've done quite a number of rereads this year, 4 rereads. And although this book appeared on the best of 2024 list, I think 2023 rather, sorry, it's not going to appear on my year-end list, but this reread was so rewarding for me and it became a 5-star read this time around. It's different by Secretness. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but you see the tabs. Love this book endlessly. Rumination on life and death and friendship also, because it's a man who commits suicide and leaves his dog to his friend who is a writer, and it's how she processes her grief, but also the dog is processing its grief alongside her, and it's so moving. There's a lot of art references to other authors, she uses it to kind of, she's a writer and she's also a professor of sorts, so it's her working her way through this grief, and authors, of course, they are always thinking about who said what this one said, and things that have happened in their life, but also looking back on her relationship with the writer. It's so tender, it's moving, it breaks your heart, and it's even the grief of the dog, the animal grieving. It is so crushing to see, and grief is not, death is not an artist. She uses that epigraph in What Are You Going Through? I can't remember who said it, but it reminds me, I think of it every time I think of this book now. Very scattered thoughts, but yeah, this is probably the best thing I've read so far this year. It's a reread, but who cares? Second question is best sequel. So we are going to be skipping that because I have not read any book series this year, and we'll go right into new release you haven't read yet but want to. I would say my answer is My Year in Paris with Gertrude Stein. This is by the writer Deborah Levy. She's very famous for her I think they are memoirs of sorts, and they are a trilogy of memoirs. But yeah, I want to read those, but I really want to read this because I'm so drawn to the title My Year in Paris with Gertrude Stein, and it seems to be very lit centering a woman, a 20-something woman. So you guys know that that's my speed. Fourth one is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. One of them has already dropped and I'm actually reading it. It's also by Sigrid Inez. It's It Will Come Back to You. This is a collection of her selected stories over the years. I'm so excited. So I'm already into this one. I'm trying to do a story a day, one story per day, and we'll see about that. But also I would say Sophie Standing There by Meg Mason. It's the writer of So Rambless. She's coming back with a new work after 4, 5, 6 years. I think for 3 or 4, 5 years. I don't care. It's coming out in September, maybe. I cannot remember, but yeah, that's my most anticipated release for the second half of the year. The next question is biggest disappointment so far, and I have none. For the first time in a year, I have none. I don't think there's any book I have read that I have like viscerally hated. At the moment, I would say, although if I had finished it, it would have made its way in here, but I'm not going to say the name because it might get its own rant review. We are going to see about that. Biggest surprise is the next question. I'll say a very strange answer, but Tonight I'm Someone Else by Chelsea Hudson. I don't know if that's the author's name anymore, I've forgotten. I read that like in May, but it's a collection of essays, very quirky, Tumblr-esque tone essays that I read on a whim, and I really liked the title. It's really a collection of personal essays where the author, like, it's self-analysis, it's also an exploration of womanhood sometimes, and it's really the voice. That's what um stuck out to me. I think that's what stuck out to me because it's like almost so bad. It reads like it's bad, but then it's not actually bad when you come to see how intentional like the choices are. It's very specific. I would say it's kind of thing you would call acquired taste, but I don't know. It's not the greatest thing of all time, but it really surprised me because there were these very silly quotes that would float through the collection, but that ended up feeling subtly profound at times, and that's the best way I can describe it. The next question is favorite author debut or new to you, and I think I will say Nora Ephron. Also, this year is so vacant of like strong answers. I'm having to resort to like answers like this, although this is nothing bad by any means. This is I feel bad about my neck and other thoughts on being a woman by Nora Ephron. I think I finished this in June. It's a very funny collection. She has such a witty voice. You can see where writers like Dolly Alderton, people who write in that sphere, personal essays, but with just this witty tone of voice. You can see they borrowed from her a lot. She is the very famous script writer of the notable, I don't know if it's comedy romance, When Harry Met Sally. I've not seen it yet, but yeah, I want to see it. And I really enjoyed my time with this. It's really her ruminating on her growing older. It starts out with an essay talking about how, like, when you do all the facelifts and everything, the one thing you can never disguise really is your neck. There are no surgeries that can disguise your neck. Like, it's the one thing that exposes you getting older, and we see her constantly looking at like different parts of growing older, whether it's her children moving out of the house or it's her subtly going blind and needing to use glasses, or it's the time maintenance of the self upkeep of the self, the hair, how long it takes to dye her hair, how the time seems to increase with each passing year. And yeah, it's so funny. It has the very famous single sentence, everything is copy. I really enjoyed this, and I'm just going to go right into a book that made you cry. I don't know if I cried, but I know I was touched too many times during my reading experience, and it's different again. One book for two answers, but forgive me. And the next one is a book that made you happy. I have to say, yes, Sorrow and Bliss, because it always gives me so much. You can count this for a book that made me cry, because I'm sure I was teary towards the end of this. But yeah, it just lights me up so much because it is so full of heart, but also extremely funny. I do not know a funnier book than this one, and so I'm so excited for her coming work. But yes, next question is most beautiful book you have bought or received this year, and I have to say it's this one, Mantelpieces by Hilary Mantel. I just like the whole strokes of like gold along the green and the red. It's just so pretty. This was a gift from the vendor because I bought a couple of books. It extends to the back as well. I don't know, I just find it so striking to look at. I was not expecting to own this, and I'll say this is my answer for the most beautiful book I've gotten this year. The final question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I would just say my 26 for 2026. I don't think I've touched anything there. You guys can crucify me, and maybe this is my sign to not make a list for 2027 because I am just fooling myself endlessly. But yes, I would say on the list to finish is Frankenstein. I have not touched this probably for over a month, but I swear I'm going to finish this book before the end of the year because I'm already 50 pages in and I have come so far. That's far for me. I would say also Middlemarch by George Eliot. This is my priority. This is my priority. It's over there, but also Crime and Punishment, Dostoevsky. But I want to highlight some new releases that I would love to get to before the year is over. So we have Transcription by Ben Lerner. I'll put them up here. We also have Famesick by Lena Dunham. This is a memoir by the famous personality. She's behind the HBO show Girls, very notable show that I think will change my life. I want to see that. I've read 2 essays from this memoir. I'm taking it slowly. I'm not taking it slowly, I'm just being lazy. Then we also have Elizabeth by the director Eric Romer. This came out on my birthday, July 7th. My birthday was a few weeks ago, so we are 23 now. I should have addressed that at the beginning, but yeah. So I found out that this was the only novel he wrote. I've watched 2 of his films. I just love him. He's like the equivalent to a lit fake director. The tone of his films feel very literary. I don't know if that makes sense, but they are very, there's a sort of whimsy to them and to the happenstances in them, but also they feel very mundane. The characters just moving, and it's a lot of pretty shots of pretty places. Taking his quartet, his, I don't know, the seasonal quartet, that's what I would term it. It's kind of a seasonal quartet, so a film for all the seasons. I'm taking that slowly. I've seen A Summer's Tale and A Tale of Winter, so I'll say the other 2 later. And then I have Almost Life by Kieran Millwood Hargrave. I don't know if that's how you say her surname, but every year there's one contemporary lit fic book that will like catch my eye, even though I will shun a lot of them. This is I think the big one for the year. And finally, I would say, okay, 2 more. I Want You to Be Happy by Jem Calder. I'm very eager to read this one and kind of write on it because Sally Rooney praises it very highly, and a few people I know have been reading it for that purpose. So I would like to see what Sally Rooney is recommending, because this would actually be the second time I'm reading an author that she's blurbing. The last one was Thomas Murray. I talked about him maybe last 2 years, and earlier this year with his other short story collection. And finally, I would say The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. This won the Women's Prize. My best friend has read it, loved it. A lot of people are reading this, loving it, giving it 5 stars, saying it made them cry, made them reflect. I want to see what the hype is about. I usually do not jump on the train, but I think this one, I want to do it. And yeah, that's the end of this tag. I'm sorry I was away so long. Always shout out to my regulars, Court, Marquita, Dawn, I'm forgetting one other Doug. I will not be going away for so long. I am going to be doing a wrap up for next month because I finished 3 books already this month. I'm trying to get that up a bit so I have a good deal to talk about, not just like to have a lot of books, but quality books to talk about. I miss sitting down to do like those wrap-ups, but also you cannot see them yet, or maybe you can see a bit of them, but there are 68 books currently sitting on my floor, acquired in the past month when I went to Lagos. Some regular acquisitions that tempted me, and other ones birthday acquisitions. Yes, I turned 23 2 weeks ago. Like I said, it has been the best month. Yeah, and the books have been immaculate, guys. I tell you, immaculate selections. I cannot wait to show all of them. 68. So going to be my biggest haul ever, and maybe my last haul for the year as well. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.